I'm sorry. I want to break up. I'm sorry.
Just give in and marry me already. That's enough, Rika. I know everything. You don't have to listen to this guy anymore. Oi, Nakazato. I want the new mass spectrometer delivered by next month. It'll screw up our research schedule if it's late. But next month? Delivery alone would take a few months, I think. A few months? That just means you're incompetent. We've got important research going on here. Can you take responsibility if it's delayed? I'll try to work something out. My name is Takeharu Nakazato, 25. I work in sales at a scientific equipment trading company. And this guy throwing unreasonable demands at me is Hiroaki Kashiwabara. He's the son of the director at Kashiwabara Life Sciences Institute and a department head. Basically, the young director. If a major research institute like ours suddenly cuts its contract, that'd be pretty bad for your company's reputation, huh? Frustrating as it is, the young director's not wrong. And just then, a knock came at the door to the chief's office.
Chief, the specimen we talked about is behaving oddly. Could you come take a look?
With a clack, Rika Haraga poked her head in. She's 24 and a new researcher, but very capable for her age. How do I know that? Because Rika's my girlfriend. We've been together for a year now and we're close to getting engaged.
Oh, sorry. Didn't realize you had a guest.
It's fine, not an important one. Was she interrupting the young director's harassment? Rika has said he'd been hitting on her and it was a problem. Rika smiled at me. We met through my visits to the institute. The young director watched us silently. I'm sorry, Section Chief Kiguchi. My poor negotiating skills got us stuck with another impossible deadline. After returning to the office, I bowed to my direct supervisor, Section Chief Kiguchi.
Well, I guess it can't be helped. Will you be okay?
I'll try contacting an overseas manufacturer tonight.
Are you okay on the custom paperwork? Want help?
No, I'll be up all night handling the time difference anyway. So I'll have time to draft the documents in between. After that, I pulled several all-nighters coordinating stock and logistics. A few days later, I finally secured the delivery schedule. Once things calmed down, I suddenly wanted to see Rika. And we made a date over the phone.
Actually, that's perfect. I've been meaning to talk to you about something.
Something wrong? You sound a little down.
No. It's nothing really.
She seemed a bit off, but I figured we'd talk it through in person. That was the plan, anyway.
I'm sorry. I want to break up. I'm sorry.
We met after work at a park. She hesitated, but those were the words she finally said. At first, I couldn't even process it. But then the meaning started sinking in. This is a joke, right? We just went ring shopping. We were practically engaged. But Rika silently shook her head.
Please, just don't ask anything. Let's break up.
That night, trying to escape the shock, I downed whiskey at my usual bar. Yo, you look rough. That's not like you. What happened? Botched the contract? I looked up at the voice. It was Ao Kuamura. He's a good-looking guy who recently became a friend of mine. Women never leave him alone. I wish it were just a failed contract. Man, you're really out of it. Alright, spill it. I'll listen. Maybe I just needed someone to vent to. Before I knew it, I had told Ao everything about how Rika broke up with me. So, she just dumps you, huh? Honestly, sounds like she just changed her mind. Maybe got cold feet with the engagement coming up? No way! And lately, she'd been acting strange too. but I didn't know what to do. Want me to look into it for you? She's a researcher at Kashiwabara Life Sciences, right? I've got a media contact that could get me in there. Now that he mentioned it, yeah, Ao is a journalist. Seriously? Please, I'll owe you a big time. I'll do anything you ask. Whoa, calm down. But if I don't find anything, you'll drop it, got it? Got it. Then, as thanks, I'll take this drink. You've had more than enough already. Ao snatched my whiskey glass and took a sip with a sly grin. A few days later, I visited Kashiwabara Life Sciences Institute again for work. Would be awkward to run into Rika, but... While measuring the installation space for the new mass spectrometer, I overheard two researchers chatting as they walked by.
Hey, did you hear? The young director's got a new girlfriend. I know, right? It's Haraga-san.
That name rang a bell, and I instinctively tuned in.
Lucky girl. I was hoping to get with the young director myself. Eh, not for me. Total mama's boy. And those eyes, ugh.
After finishing the measurements, I walked down the hall, replaying what I just heard. Haraga? It's gotta be Rika, right? But she always said she couldn't stand the young director. I tried calling her out of instinct, but nothing. Maybe she blocked me. Was I really dumb because she started liking someone else? Did she switch to the young director? Damn it. What am I supposed to do? Just then, my phone buzzed. I looked, hoping it was Rika. But it was Ao. Yo, you got a minute? I've got something interesting to tell you. Me too. I heard a rumor Rika's dating the young director now. You heard fast. Yeah. I know about that, but it doesn't seem like it's just a simple rebound. What do you mean? Someone overheard Rika and the young director having an argument. And it wasn't a lover's spat or anything like that. Apparently, she straight up said, "Don't lay a finger on Takeharu-san." That means... maybe your hunch was right all along. Let me dig a little deeper. I'll fill you in later at our usual bar. Oh, you're here. A few days later, I headed to the bar where Kuramura had called me, and the moment I arrived, he handed me a stack of papers. Let's get right to it. Here's the investigation report. I'll sum it up for you. The young director apparently had his eye on Rika for a while. There were witnesses of him hitting on her and getting turned down. Rika told me that herself too. But suddenly, they start dating. And then, there are weird arguments happening. In short, there's a good chance Rika's being blackmailed into a relationship with a young director. No way. I won't forgive this. Don't rush. Going up against someone in power means you need weapons. Go in empty-handed, and you'll just get crushed. Even if I get crushed, if I can save Rika. I doubt Rika will want that either. Then what should I do? The clink of ice in the glass echoes. Ao hesitates a little, then finally speaks. There's a secret weapon. Something we might be able to reach, but only if I have your help. What is it? Don't be so vague. If I tell you, you might not trust me anymore. You still want to hear it? I've already decided to trust you, so tell me. Alright, brace yourself. The following Friday, I invited Section Chief Kiguchi to an izakaya, saying I had something to discuss. How do you deal with unreasonable demands back in the day?
I'd say it's okay to just admit when something can't be done.
So, it's about knowing when to let go? Ah, your glass is empty. I kept the conversation light and kept refilling her glass with drinks. But I wasn't there for advice. That wasn't the real reason.
It's not about giving up. The client wants the equipment because they need it, right? So even if the impossible doesn't go through, if you can offer a different benefit, you might still land the contract.
A different benefit? And once Kiguchi was getting nicely tipsy, someone unexpectedly called out. Hey, Nakazato! What a coincidence! Nice to meet you, I'm Kuramura. A friend of Nakazato's. Can't believe he's drinking with such a lovely lady. You're too good for him.
Oh my! Good evening. You're quite the charmer.
Mind if I join you two for a drink?
Uh-huh. But I thought Nakazato had something to discuss today.
Thanks to you, I feel completely refreshed now. Let's just enjoy the evening.
Really? Well then.
Later, Ao contacted me again, and I met him at our usual bar. It had been about a week since that strange little drinking setup. I've got good news and bad news. Good news? I heard that Rika-san is refusing to sleep with him until they're officially engaged. That's definitely good news, but how did you even get the info? A coworker overheard the young director grumbling. That's the source. As for bad news, apparently the formal engagement is happening soon. What should I do? There's one more thing. A big one. We've confirmed that lead we talked about. So that means... yeah, we've got our weapon. Time to strike back. And then, the day arrived. According to Ao's intel, the young director was planning to propose to Rika at a fancy restaurant. Hard to believe he even nailed the time and place. But would they really show up? And then, sure enough, the young director appeared at the entrance, smiling smugly. Falling a bit behind, a woman walked with her head down. It was definitely Rika. Dressed up nicely, but clearly uncomfortable. They're here. I nearly stood up but forced myself to hold back. I wanted to use the weapon we prepared right away, but Ao wasn't here yet. Whatever you do, don't jump the gun. Wait for me to get there. That's what Ao had said, and by now, he should have already arrived. As I thought that, the young director and Rika took their seats. Luckily, it was a spot I could observe clearly from my own seats.
Chief, can't we stop this already?
Rika finally spoke, her voice laced with exhaustion.
Even if you force me like this, you'll never win my heart.
Who knows? I'm patient. You'll learn to love me in time.
You really believe that?
Of course. I've got money and power.
You think that's enough to get everything?
Who knows? But I intend to have it all. And right now, that includes you, the woman who kept rejecting my advances.
You're only forcing me by threatening to ruin Takeharu.
And I can do that because I have power. Am I wrong? Cheers to my sharp intuition noticing you two are dating. What a bastard. I knew he was threatening her, but he's not even trying to hide it. I couldn't help but grit my teeth in anger. Crap. The sound came out louder than expected. I held my breath. No matter what he says, we have a weapon. But just sitting here waiting was driving me mad. And then suddenly, the young director placed an expensive-looking ring carelessly on the table. Just give in and marry me already. I can't wait anymore. Unable to take it anymore, I stood up and burst between them. That's enough, Rika. I know everything. You don't have to listen to this guy anymore. Nakazato, why the hell are you here? Did you tell him?
No, I didn't say anything.
I didn't need to hear it. I knew something was off when we broke up.
Takeharu!
Damn it! Everything was going perfectly until now. You came here knowing what you were doing, didn't you, Nakazato? Hope you're ready to be crushed.
No, stop! Takeharu, I'm fine. Just apologize to him, otherwise your job...
It's okay. He can't cut ties with our company. He might be able to get rid of me personally, but I wouldn't lose sleep over that. You? What do you know? What? Got something you don't want people to know? Nakazato! Bullseye, that's right, I know. You've been pocketing huge kickbacks from our company for every scientific equipment contract. And not for the lab, just for yourself. Isn't that right? Where'd you find it out? Our meeting wasn't a coincidence. That day when I told Kuwamura I trusted him, he looked conflicted as he began to explain. Originally, I approached you to investigate a rumor. There was a suspicion your company was paying the young director personal kickbacks. Personal kickbacks? I never authorized anything like that. Exactly, you had no idea. The dealings were happening above your head. The fact that you were totally clean, and that we ended up clicking, That's why we became real friends. No lies there. You might doubt me, but... No, I believe you. Don't worry. Nakazato, thanks. I had a feeling you'd say that. Anyway, thanks to that, I have a few connections I can use to look into things at the Research Institute. Back to the point, if we can confirm those kickbacks, it'll be the best weapon we've got. So you want me to dig around inside the company, huh? No, that's risky. Could be illegal. But Rika's being threatened. I can't just sit on my hands. Don't rush it. There are other ways. Since Kashiwabara Life Science Institute is private, kickbacks aren't illegal. But only if they benefit the institution. He never reported them. He pocketed everything himself. I'm going to expose this.
And how exactly? You don't have proof.
Oh, we've got proof right here. A voice called out from behind me. I turned to see Kuramura entering with Section Chief Kiguchi. Sorry I'm late. Took a while to corner your boss. But she's willing to testify now, right, Kiguchi-san?
Only because you threatened me with the recording.
You mean this little thing? Kuramura showed off the wristwatch recorder.
Sales tricks? Well, it's not exactly by the book, but I promise personal kickbacks to the contact.
Kashiwabara Institute's young director, for example?
Exactly. That usually seals the deal.
That night, Ao met with Kiguchi hadn't been a coincidence. He skillfully drew out a confession from a fellow accomplice and secured this solid evidence. Presented with undeniable proof, the young director turned pale and slumped over in defeat. Still, even after all that, work doesn't just disappear. A few days later, I was back at the institute with our technician, here to deliver the mass spectrometer that was demanded with an impossible deadline. Since then, I reported everything to my company. Kiguchi was placed on house suspension.
Excuse me, Nakazato-san, the director is asking for you.
While working, a researcher approached and called out to me. Honestly, I figured this was coming. I left the work to Tadakuro and headed for the director's office.
Well, it looks like everyone relevant is here.
When I arrived, Rika was there, along with a twitchy young director, and even Kuramura. Director Kashiwabara shot a sharp glare at her son.
Honestly, what a mess you've made.
I'm sorry, Mom.
I'll deal with your punishment later. First, let's deal with this side of things. How much should I offer as hush money and compensation?
Eh? You can milk it, you know. The blackmail over Rika's situation will cause more scandal than the kickbacks. She'll pay plenty. I meet Rika's eyes, then... We're not asking for anything.
I did make some poor decisions too. As long as he stays away from me from now on, that's enough.
But if anything like this happens again, I'll demand everything I'm owed.
You speak plainly despite keeping company with a bottom feeder like him.
Director Kashiwabara shoots a condescending glance at Ao. Bottom feeder?
Personal kickbacks are unethical, but an internal matter, the damage my idiot son caused the Institute, I can cover personally. People who try to publish such petty things are only looking to extort money.
Huh? Well, now, hold up. You're not wrong. Earning a favor from you isn't the worst move. And I won't deny being a bit of a bottom feeder. Kuramura? But see, this time, it involves my buddy. I can't ignore that. Nakazato, what do you want to do? I want to go public with it. Then it's decided.
Wait! Even if you expose this, you won't gain anything.
Sorry, but our company president's already been informed. We can't stop it from going public.
I'm sure your president wouldn't want it out either.
That might be true, but he told me he's ready to take responsibility. And I believe I'm a president. Well then, director, that wraps up the negotiation. You can look forward to the article release.
Fine, I'll pay double. That's what you really want, right?
Tempting offer, but sorry. Friendship's not for sale. Let's go, Nakazato. Yeah. We'll take our leave now.
I'll return to my regular duties too.
Ignoring Director Kashiwabara's office, we left the office without hesitation. Later, Kuwamura's article, Research Institute Director's Son in Kickback Scandal, caused a minor stir in the public. Even Director Kashiwabara, who had previously let her son run wild, finally issued an official apology. In the end, both she and her son were forced to step down from the institute due to negligence and supervision. Kiguchi was also dismissed for spearheading the misconduct to improve her own performance. Furthermore, Hiroaki and Kiguchi were charged with fraud and breach of trust, resulting in prison sentences. Both the institute and our company filed civil suits for damages as well.
I'm sorry for what happened back then.
Ever since Rika and I got back together, she's apologized like this is now and then. It's fine, you did it all for my sake. But next time, don't worry about my position. Just talk to me. I'll do anything for you.
Thank you, Takeharu.
As Rika smiles in relief, I kneel down before her. Rika Haraga, will you marry me?
You really want someone like me?
I want the one who cares about me the most. So now, let me protect you too.
Yes, I'd love to. Me too. I'll stay by your side forever.
Yes, that's what they mean by after the storm comes the calm. You two make a great couple. To avoid suspicion that leaked internal company info, Kuwamura took on the dirty work himself. With the bond I built with Rika, Kuwamura, and the others, I'm sure we can overcome whatever lies ahead.
Ooh, scandalous. Loved the episode. I hope you loved it too. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!